First, though, we've got to start with Katy Perry, haven't we? And the reaction this morning to that all-female trip into space. Well, my goodness, Ross is live for us this morning. Morning, Ross. Lovely to chat to you in this chair. They've certainly made history, and they've made the front pages of all the papers as well. I imagine the reaction there is enormous too.
It certainly is. Kate, would you like me to spill the tea in this, or have you beaten me to... Yeah,
I've been to Ross's house. It's very tidy and clean. I noticed you gave me a coaster and a blanket just to avoid any spillage. Sorry.
That's so true, so true. Yeah, so the girls, it's not quite history, it's more herstory that they made. That's the first all-female space flight in something like 60 years, so congratulations to them. Katy Perry, as you mentioned there, journalist Gayle King, who hosts Good Morning America, the fiancé of the Blue Origin founder, Mr. Amazon himself, Jeff Bezos, Lauren Sanchez, they're getting married soon. There was a NASA rocket scientist, Aisha Bowe, bioastronautics research scientist, that's Amanda Wynne, and the film producer, Kerry Ann Flynn. They were all there. Just 11 minutes up to the edge of space and back down. Gayle King saying her favourite part was Katy Perry singing What a Wonderful World. The group was actually brought together by the aforementioned Lauren Sanchez. So she wanted to lead a team of explorers on a mission that will challenge their perspectives of Earth, empower them to share their own stories, and create lasting impacts that will inspire generations to come. How about that for a quite simple mission statement?
I know. I mean, I think it's incredible, but it's really divided opinion, hasn't it? A lot. People have been poking fun at them kissing the ground. And I was saying earlier, I don't blame them. It might have just been 11 minutes, but it's 11 minutes in space. It's a hell of a risk, but people think it was all just ridiculous.
Well, the kissing the ground, I mean, if I was doing that, I would have kissed my bottom goodbye as well, just in case, because...
Sure, they did
I
feel
would have been
moments of that.
absolutely terrified.
Yeah.
When Katy arrived back, as you said, and you saw the picture, she kissed the ground alongside Gayle. They had all the families there as well. Orlando Bloom was there. Katy with the daughter Daisy. She even dressed up as an astronaut. Katy also had that little Daisy she was holding in her hand, obviously. A little name check there for her daughter. And Katy herself said, I'm full up from being able to get that gift of being a mom and to go to space. It's incredible. Wanted to model courage, worthiness and fearfulness as well. Oprah Winfrey was there to watch Gayle. Of course, you couldn't miss out a Kardashian as well. We had Khloe Kardashian was there. Also, of course, Kim Kardashian and her mum had the opportunity to go, but they said they weren't going to go. But as you said as well, there's a lot of people coming out. Olivia Wilde, Olivia Munn, Emma Ratajkowski, criticising the flight, basically saying, all that money spent on it, all that, you care about Mother Earth and it's about Mother Earth, but, spaceship up there, and it's built for and paid by a company that is single-handedly destroying the planet. So, yeah, so definitely both sides. And you can see both sides as well, I think.
And one of the things you mentioned, the Kardashians, is that the garments underneath apparently were their brand of underwear, the Skims brand of underwear. Now, that is one of the things that I think has got people talking, isn't it? Because it's a little bit like it's very commercial. I'm, of course, old enough, Ross, to remember all the chat about Tang. Do you remember Tang? When they sent the astronauts into space in the 60s. OK, I was born in the 60s. And there was a big fuss about that because, of course, they then sold it on being into space. Is that going to be the next Kardashian strategy, do we think?
Oh, yeah, you can see all that happening. I mean, they never wanted to miss out on an opportunity. Good on Katy. She also had the set list for her tour coming up on a butterfly. And she's going to write a song about being in space. So you can see everyone's going to milk it. And in many respects, why wouldn't they? Would you go to space?
I absolutely wouldn't. I kissed the ground when I got off the Slinky Dog ride in Disneyland, and that's for 3-year-olds. Honestly, I would be terrified. I think it would be amazing to do. I completely admire them. Look, with me in the studio is Woman and Home magazine editor Hannah Fernando, alongside our Joe Elvin. Good to see both of you. What do you make of this? Would you go into space, Joe?
In a heartbeat.
Would you?
I mean, I think I would be just as scared as it sounds like. I'd probably be like Gayle King ringing that bell with a very solemn look on my face.
Yeah.
But I'd make myself have the experience. 100%.
It is incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it is literally once in a lifetime opportunity. Would you, Hannah?
No, I'm with you, Kate.
Terrified.
No, I'd be absolutely terrified. And I think it's just because it's such a small space, you know, that claustrophobia and the risk involved. I'm sure statistically it's, you know, more damaging, or potentially more damaging to go in a car, travel in a car.
I think it is pretty dangerous.
Yeah,
There's just so much that can go wrong. But I would make myself do it.
You would make yourself do it.
Yeah.
I wonder what it feels like. I think I just feel sick. They
Probably.
haven't talked about that yet, have they?
Yeah.
Right, let's go girly. Let's talk the spacesuits, which were beautifully cut to make them all feel fabulous. Why not?
Well,
you might
I
say.
know, but I kind of hate that.
Do you?
I hate "Let's Go Girly." It's supposed to be this
Right.
important feminist mission.
Yeah.
You know, the final frontier, and they've managed to make it so much discussion about. You know, Katy Perry was actually quoted with this spacesuit as saying, "We're putting the ass in astronaut because it's so like form-fitting." It's like, you know, designed by some former Oscar de la Renta creators, Fernando Garcia and Laura Kimchi.
Oh, wow.
Who designed their own launch Monsi a few years ago. And Lawrence Sanchez was very, very over the detail and put this together and definitely wanted to make it, you know, in every possible way, a commercial, beautiful-looking ad for not space travel, Blue Origin. Let's be honest.
But then it is commercial, isn't it, Hannah? I mean, and then you kind of hope, do you? I do, that somewhere along the line, that the kind of glamorising of it will make people excited about science. Do you both think that?
I think so. I think that there's always going to be that that mesmeric quality about looking into space. But I'm just a bit questioning of this framing of it as some feminist frontier when, let's be honest, it's basically what rich people showing us what they can do. Space tourism is not cheap.
No, it's not. And that's one of the other criticisms, isn't it? Is it's rich kids having fun when so many people are struggling. I mean, but they are rich. So, but...
And I'm kind of divided on this. We were talking about this before, because in some ways I'm exactly the same as you, and I really hope that just shines a spotlight on science, on space, and that actually you can go and do it. But as you say, the price tag is only for rich people currently.
What sort of money are we talking about?
I think it's sort of £150,000 down payment before we even start.
Holy
here.
moly.
So we're talking millions.
Kate's salary covers that with no
Just
problem
this
at all.
morning.
Yeah, exactly.
No problem, you're fine. You're going next
You should
week.
go.
But, I mean, that's crazy money, is it? You have to be so rich that you don't care and you're never going to worry about money again.
And I think, you know, to your point, it is always really inspiring. And I think you know, the way that space advocates sell it is this idea of, like, we need to explore new frontiers, we need to be planning for the future. But this is... we're still a very long way away from actually being able to live in space.
And the focus actually wasn't on that in the end, was it? What we're talking about is what they're wearing. We were talking about the Kardashians turning up. We're talking
Katie's
about...
tour.
Yeah, and you can see the kind of mean comments. Of course, social media is, you know, is right for that anyway, but the kind of mean comments coming out about it. But we are here talking about it, and it's all press, good press.
Yeah. All publicity is good publicity, you might argue, if it filters back into the system, I guess. I suddenly realised, and I don't know why I've only just clocked this, that if her daughter's called Daisy, is she Daisy Bloom? That's bonkers, isn't it?
Well, maybe. I don't know. We don't know what her surname is, do we?
Well, we know that Orlando's the dad, but we don't know the surname.
I think that's quite cool, Daisy.
Well, she took a Daisy.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, or she could be Daisy Perry. Listen, we're talking surnames because they're in the news at the moment. There's been a new poll, hasn't there, about the number of women who aren't prepared to take their husband's surnames and the number of men who are happy to take their bride's surnames. Yes.
Apparently, it's something I was not surprised that 2 in 3 women want to keep their own names.
Right.
And almost a third of men aged 18 to 34 say they would feel positively about a man taking their spouse's name. It was kind of, well, where are we? I didn't take my husband's name.
You didn't, so you're Elvin from birth, as it were.
Yeah.
Also, professionally, I think this comes down to a lot more women working. Professionally, it's really hard to change your name, isn't it? I think.
Well, I had a moment. Derek and I were sitting in John Lewis doing the wedding list, and the lovely gentleman there said, and do I put you down as Garrower Rumsey? And I said, oh, no, definitely Kate Rumsey. Derek burst into tears. He was so happy. And he was sobbing away, saying, I can't believe you do that, it's so wonderful. And I was saying, I'd absolutely love to. If you were prepared to marry me, then of course I'd take your name. Never changed it. Never
It's a
changed
bit
it.
of a hassle,
and he would
isn't it?
always
It's a
joke that I
hassle.
didn't.
Yeah.
Because I changed it initially, and then somebody booked me a flight. I turned up with Mrs. Rumsey, and they'd, of course, done Garraway. I was good, Rumsey. My God, that's my first husband. What, I'm in chaos this morning. I turned up as Mrs.
confused.
Draper and on my passport, and, of course, they wouldn't let me on board. So you're absolutely right. I think the business thing is the problem.
Business thing is really, really key. And then, of course, when you have children, do you want... I mean,
well, that's when it
taking
gets
his name,
complicated.
That's when it gets complicated, because
At
do
the
you want to
airport.
say... Exactly. And then you sometimes have to have letters
Yes,
to say that you are
exactly.
actually the parent. So it becomes...
So if are your kids?
My daughter is a Jones.
She's
and
a
Yes,
Jones.
and I think, I don't know why we didn't even discuss that. It was just, but that was the tradition we still hadn't really breached.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's just which is the better name, you know, completely. Is that better? Is that a better name?
Evie Jones is better than Evie Elvin. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, works better. All right, thank you very much. And I am Mrs. Draper, not anything else.
Well, that's a wrap for this video. We hope you enjoyed it. We have all the best moments from the show right here on the channel. And if you like this video, then we think you'll love this one. See you next time.